morning, welcome to Morning Expresso. From the merger of HDFC Ltd with HDFC Bank to the viral video of a 22-year-old woman offering namaz at a Madhya Pradesh university, we bring you all the top stories making headlines at the Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Let's begin with the big story of the day. In the biggest merger in the history of India, Inc. mortgage firm HDFC Ltd will merge with HDFC Bank, creating a banking behemoth with a market capitalization of 14 lakh crores. Such was the level of secrecy to keep the merger deal under wraps that even the banner with names of HDFC Bank and HDFC Ltd that was to be put up at the press conference for the merger announcement of the two entities went for printing after midnight on Sunday. Sources close to the development said only 7 persons were involved in the finalization of the merger. The combined market capitalization will enable HDFC Bank to overtake TCS and become number 2 in valuation after Reliance Industries Limited. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. Professor C. Raja Mohan writes about Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. In the past, the army chiefs were the ones who betrayed the civilian prime ministers who appointed them. Zia-ul-Haq turned against Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Musharraf ousted Nawaz Sharif. This time it is Imran Khan who is betraying the army that ensured that his opponents were defeated in the 2018 elections and stitched a majority in his favor in the National Assembly. You can read the column only in Indian Express. Why should I be scared? I was confident that I hadn't done anything wrong. That was the 22-year-old woman whose video of offering namaz in an empty room at Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Central University in Madhya Pradesh went viral. The video, shot secretly and in complete breach of her privacy, angered her, but she wasn't scared. Her father said they did not want to pursue the case against the person who secretly shot the video, as they believed in forgiving and moving on. Let's take a look at the front page. A Kashmiri Pandit was among those injured as suspected militants attacked thrice in the same day at multiple locations. Police sources said Balkrishan of Choti Gam village received 3 bullets and is in critical condition. A CRPF personnel also died in a separate attack, while 2 migrant workers, both residents of Bihar, were shot in the limbs. Meanwhile, the attack on police personnel posted at the Gorakhnath temple in Gorakhpur, where Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is the head priest, by 29-year-old Ahmad Murtaza Abbasi, is a part of a serious conspiracy and could be called a terror incident, UP police said, even as the attacker's family said he had been undergoing treatment for depression since 2017. Stressing on the need for stronger action in the near term, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, said that if the world wanted to restrict temperature rise to within 1.5 degrees Celsius from pre-industrial times, global greenhouse emissions needed to peak by 2025 at the latest and be reduced by 43% from current levels by the year 2030. Here are the must-reads. It's for the second time within a year that Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has imposed an emergency amid the ongoing economic crisis in the country. We take a look at the long history of emergencies in Sri Lanka, the process and the scope of the restrictions in our explained section. Former Comptroller and Auditor General CAG Vinod Rai, in his book Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI, writes how former captain Virat Kohli and head coach Anil Kumble had major differences of opinion. I had spoken to Virat Kohli on the issue, and he did mention that the younger members of the team felt intimidated by the way he, Kumble, worked with them, Rai writes in the book. And in today's Delhi Confidential, a Facebook post congratulating his son for his MBBS degree put Minister of State for Law and Justice SP Baghel in a spot after his daughter, who has both MBBS and MS degrees, complained that he never expressed similar excitement on her achievements. And finally, in this episode of the 3 Things podcast, we discuss how right-wing groups are trying to restrict Muslim vendors from putting up stalls during temple fairs in Karnataka and the political turmoil in Pakistan. Lastly, we talk about the latest controversy involving the religious leader Yati Nrsimhanand. That's a wrap for me today. For more news and updates, you have to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.